beloved soul. Welcome back to Angels Say channel, where divine insight meets divine timing. I'm so glad you're here today. I don't believe in coincidences, and neither should you. Because if you found this video, there is something heaven needs. You too here. This message is specifically for you. And it's not random. It's not chance. It's not a fluke. It's divine orchestration. And you're being prepared for it in this very moment. Before we begin, I want to invite you to type this in the comments as a powerful act of faith. I receive. Declare it right now. Let the heavens hear your agreement. Let the angels mark your words. When you say I receive, you're aligning with a higher purpose. You're stepping into the truth of what's being spoken over your life today. Go ahead and do that now. It's not just a comment. It's a covenant. This message is not for the crowd. It's for the chosen. You are chosen. Now take a deep breath with me. You're not watching this video by accident. You've been called here, and I want to talk to you. Yes, you. Because your heart has been carrying questions. You've been wondering if you're truly seen. You've been asking in the quiet moments if your destiny is as magnificent as your soul has always sensed it to be. Today, I bring you confirmation. The heavens have been buzzing with activity concerning you. The divine realm has been preparing something extraordinary for your journey. A billionaire is planning a very expensive wedding for you. Now, I want you to understand what I mean by this. This isn't about a human billionaire planning a literal wedding, though your earthly blessings will certainly flow from this divine connection. This is about the King of Kings, the owner of cattle on 1,000 hills, the creator of the universe, who holds all wealth, all resources, all abundance in his hands. He is preparing a union with you that transcends anything you could imagine. This is about a spiritual marriage that will manifest in material abundance beyond your wildest dreams. Type I'm ready in the comments if you're prepared to receive this revelation. Your declaration matters. Your words have power in the spiritual realm. The divine billionaire has been watching you through every tear, through every struggle, through every moment you thought you were forgotten. He's been there, taking notes, understanding your heart's desires, and preparing something so magnificent that if I were to describe it in full, you wouldn't believe it. But I'm going to tell you pieces of it today, because your spirit is ready to receive it. You've been through the refining fire. You've been through the wilderness. You've been through the testing. And now you're entering the season of reward. Expensive wedding represents the union of divine purpose with your human existence. It's when heaven's agenda for your life fully merges with your daily reality. It's when what was written in the books of heaven before you were born finally manifests in your earthly experience. It's the moment when your true identity, your royal heritage, your spiritual wealth begins to pour into every area of your existence. The preparations have been underway for longer than you realize. While you were sleeping, angels were arranging circumstances. While you were weeping, divine architects were drawing up blueprints for your breakthrough. While you were waiting, heavenly resources were being allocated for your blessing type. I believe in the comments right now if you can feel the truth of what I'm saying resonating in your spirit. Your belief activates the flow. Your faith creates the channel through which these blessings can pour. The billionaire I speak of has unlimited resources. There is no lack in his kingdom. There is no shortage in his storehouse. There is no limit to what he can provide for you. and He's chosen you for this lavish celebration. Yes, you, with all your perceived flaws and missteps, with all your questions and doubts, with all your past mistakes and future potential. You have been hand-picked for extraordinary blessing. The wedding I'm describing represents a covenant, a sacred, unbreakable promise between you and the divine. This isn't a casual relationship or a temporary arrangement. This is eternal. This is binding. This is secure. And in this covenant, you receive access to realms of blessing that were previously closed to you. Doors that seemed permanently locked will suddenly swing open. Opportunities that seemed far beyond your reach will fall directly into your path. People who can elevate your life to the next level will be divinely connected to you, all because of this covenant relationship that's being established. The expense of this wedding signifies the value placed on you. You are worth every treasure in heaven and earth. You are worth the highest price that could ever be paid. You are worth moving heaven and earth to reach, and that's exactly what has happened. Heaven has been moved on your behalf. Earth is being rearranged for your blessing. The expense is not just about material wealth, though that will certainly be part of your blessing. The expense is about the spiritual investment that has been made in your destiny, the prayers that have been prayed, the angelic assignments that have been given, the divine interventions that have been authorized. All for you. Type "I am worthy" in the comments if you're beginning to grasp how valued you truly are, because until you understand your worth, you'll always settle for less than what's been prepared for you. Until you recognize your value, you'll continue to accept crumbs when a feast has been set before you. The billionaire sees what others have missed. He recognizes qualities in you that even you haven't fully appreciated. He values aspects of your character and spirit that society may have rejected or overlooked. And it's from this place of being truly seen and fully valued that your greatest blessings will flow. The wedding preparations have been underway for some time now. That's why certain relationships had to end. That's why certain doors had to close. That's why certain seasons had to conclude. It wasn't punishment. It wasn't abandonment. It was protection and preparation. Everything that wasn't aligned with your true destiny had to be removed to make way for what's coming. The divine billionaire is jealous for you. He won't share you with influences that would diminish your light or distract you from your purpose. He won't allow partnerships that would drain your energy or dilute your power. He wants you whole. He wants you focused. He wants you ready. And that readiness is happening right now. Even as you listen to these words, shifts are taking place in your spirit. Awakening is occurring in your consciousness. Alignment is happening in your circumstances. The timing of you finding this message is no accident. It's precisely calibrated to where you are in your journey. The wedding date has been set in the spiritual realm. The invitations have been sent. The preparations are in their final stages. All that remains is for you to say yes, to step fully into agreement with what heaven has declared over your life. Type "I say yes" in the comments to signify your acceptance of this divine proposal. This is more than just typing words. This is a spiritual transaction. This is you entering into agreement with heaven's decree. This is you aligning your will with divine will. This is you stepping into the fullness of what has been prepared. For you, Your yes echoes through the corridors of heaven. Your yes activates angelic assistance. Your yes authorizes the release of blessings that have been held in reserve specifically for you now. Let me tell you about some of the details of this expensive wedding that's being planned for you. First, understand that the venue is your life itself. Every area of your existence is being prepared as sacred ground for this divine union. Your relationships, your career, your health, your finances, your mental and emotional well-being, all of these areas are being divinely renovated to host the presence and power of the billionaire's blessing. Nothing will remain untouched. Nothing will be left in lack. Nothing will continue in disorder. The venue is being perfected because it must be worthy of the covenant that will be established there. The guest list includes angels and heavenly beings who have been assigned to your destiny. It includes divine helpers who have been commissioned to assist you in this new season. It includes earthly connections who will recognize and respect the new anointing on your life. Some who were once close to you won't be on this guest list because they belong to your past, not your future. Don't grieve their absence. It's by divine design. New relationships are being formed even now that will surpass anything you've previously experienced. These will be connections of purpose, not just preference. They'll be divinely orchestrated unions that elevate rather than deplete you. The wedding attire being prepared for you is nothing like you've worn before. I'm speaking symbolically of the new identity you're stepping into. The old garments of shame, insecurity, fear, and lack are being removed. New garments of confidence, authority, abundance, and purpose are being placed on you. You'll walk differently. You'll talk differently. You'll think differently. You'll make decisions differently. Because the attire of royalty changes how you navigate the world. No more blending in. No more shrinking back. No more hiding your light. The billionaire is dressing you in garments that befit your true status as a cherished, chosen heir type I. Receive new garments if you're ready. The old is passing away. The new has come. You can't go back to who you were before this divine encounter. You can't return to the limitations you once accepted. You can't retreat to the comfort of familiar struggles. The wedding transforms you permanently. It elevates you irreversibly. It establishes you in a new realm of existence where yesterday's impossibilities become today's realities. The wedding feast represents the abundance that's being prepared for you. Not just financial abundance, though that will certainly be part of your blessing, but abundance of peace, abundance of joy, abundance of wisdom, abundance of influence, abundance of creativity, abundance of opportunity, abundance of divine connections, abundance of health and vitality. The table is being set with every good thing you could possibly need for the fulfillment of your destiny. Nothing is being overlooked. Nothing is being withheld. The billionaire's resources are unlimited, and he delights in lavishing them upon his chosen bride. The wedding gifts symbolize the new tools, talents, and treasures being placed in your hands. Some gifts you've asked for specifically. Others will surprise you because they're better than what you knew to request. These gifts aren't merely for your enjoyment, though joy will certainly accompany them. Therefore your assignment, therefore your purpose, therefore the impact you're destined to make in this world. Some gifts will come in the form of unexpected opportunities, Others will arrive as sudden insights or ideas. Still others will manifest as material resources or valuable connections. All will be perfectly timed and precisely calibrated to your needs. The wedding vows represent the promises being made over your life, promises of provision, promises of protection, promises of purpose, promises of presence. The billionaire doesn't make empty promises. He doesn't speak words without the power to fulfill them. When he declares something over your life, it's as good as done. The manifestation may not be instant, but it's inevitable. The timing may not match your expectation, but it will be perfect. The method may surprise you, but the result will exceed what you imagined. These vows are being written even now in the books of heaven, creating a covenant that cannot be broken. Type "I trust" the promise in the comments. If you're choosing to stand on these divine vows, your trust activates acceleration. Your confidence speeds manifestation. The more firmly you believe in what's been promised, the more quickly you'll see it unfold in your physical reality. Doubt delays, faith accelerates, uncertainty creates detours, confidence creates highways for your blessing. The billionaire responds to your trust with expedited delivery of what he's prepared for you. The wedding ring symbolizes the authority being placed upon your life. A ring is a seal of ownership and empowerment. It marks you as belonging to the billionaire's household. It gives you access to his resources. It authorizes you to speak on his behalf. It enables you to make transactions in his name. This ring of authority will be evident in how your words carry new weight, in how your prayers receive swifter answers, in how doors open for you that remain closed to others, in how obstacles move out of your way with unexpected ease. You're being given authority in the spiritual realm that will manifest in the natural realm. The wedding music represents the new sound being released in your life. A melody of joy replacing the dirge of sorrow. A rhythm of confidence replacing the stumbling cadence of uncertainty. A harmony of purpose replacing the discordant notes of confusion. This new sound will be heard in your speech. It will be evident in your laughter. It will resonate in your prayers. It will echo in your declarations. It's the sound of someone who knows they are loved, chosen, and destined for greatness. It's the sound of someone who has been united with divine purpose. It's your unique contribution to the symphony of creation. The wedding dance symbolizes the new flow in your daily life. No more striving, no more forcing, no more pushing against locked doors. Instead, there will be a divine choreography to your movements, a graceful partnership with heavenly timing, a synchronized flow with divine purpose. You'll find yourself in the right places at the right times without stressful effort. You'll connect with the right people through seemingly coincidental encounters. You'll discover solutions through unexpected insights that arrive precisely when needed. This is the dance of destiny, and you're being taught the steps even now. Type "I'm learning the dance" if you can feel this new rhythm beginning in your spirit, because even before the full manifestation, your inner being recognizes the truth of what's coming. Your spirit responds to the divine invitation before your mind fully comprehends it. Your soul resonates with heaven's frequency before your circumstances fully aligned with it. This recognition is the beginning of manifestation. This resonance is the first step in bringing the spiritual reality into physical expression. The wedding journey represents the honeymoon period. You're entering a season of discovery and delight. After seasons of testing and preparation, you're stepping into a time of experiencing the fullness of divine partnership. This doesn't mean an absence of challenges, but it means facing them with unprecedented support and resources. It means navigating life's complexities with divine wisdom readily available. It means encountering obstacles with heavenly assistance already dispatched. This journey will take you to places you've dreamed of and to destinations you've never imagined. Both are part of your destiny. Both are included in the Billionaire's plans for you. The wedding album represents the testimony being created through your life. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every miracle becomes a page in this living testimony. It's being compiled not just for your encouragement, but for the inspiration of others. Your story is meant to be shared. Your journey is designed to illuminate possibilities for those who will come after you. The billionaire doesn't bless you only for your benefit. He blesses you so that blessing can flow through you to others. Your wedding album will become a sacred text that guides others toward their own divine union. The wedding home represents the new dwelling place being prepared for your spirit, a place of rest after seasons of restlessness, a place of security after periods of uncertainty, a place of belonging after experiences of rejection. This dwelling place exists in the spiritual realm first, manifesting gradually in your physical circumstances. You'll feel it as a new sense of groundedness. You'll experience it as unprecedented peace amid chaos. You'll recognize it as a solid foundation beneath your feet when everything around you seems to be shifting. This is your heritage. This is your portion. This is your rightful dwelling place as the chosen bride. Type, "I'm coming home," if you feel the pull toward this place of divine belonging, because your recognition and response speed the manifestation. Your awareness and acceptance accelerate the process. The billionaire has prepared this place specifically for you, with every detail customized to your unique design and destiny. Nothing is generic. Nothing is mass-produced. Nothing is carelessly arranged. Every element has been thoughtfully created to nurture your particular gifts and calling. The wedding day itself represents the Kairos moment you're stepping into. Chronos is natural time, the ticking of the clock, the turning of calendar pages. Kairos is divine time, the perfect moment when heaven and earth align for specific purpose. You're entering a Kairos season where spiritual realities and physical circumstances converge to create unprecedented opportunity. Things that would normally take years will happen in months. Processes that typically require decades will unfold in years. Developments that usually demand decades will manifest in days. Divine acceleration marks this wedding day, this moment of covenant union between your life and heavenly purpose. The wedding officiator represents the divine authority that is validating and establishing this union. This isn't a casual arrangement or a temporary alignment. This is a divinely authorized covenant, recognized in the courts of heaven, recorded in the books of eternity. What is being joined together has heavenly sanction. What is being established has divine approval. What is being created has celestial authorization. This means that no power can successfully oppose it. No force can permanently hinder it. No circumstance can ultimately prevent it. The officiator's declaration makes it Irrevocable, the wedding witnesses represent the cloud of heavenly beings observing your journey. Some are angels assigned to your destiny. Others are departed saints who have prayed for your generation. Still others are heavenly beings whose purpose intersects with yours in ways you don't yet understand. They're not just passive observers. They're active participants in bringing heaven's agenda to earth through your life. They testify to the legitimacy of what's happening. They confirm the authenticity of what's being established. They validate the authority of what's being declared. Their presence makes this union official in every realm. Type: I acknowledge the witnesses. If you're becoming aware of the heavenly attention focused on your life, because your acknowledgement strengthens your connection to their assistance. Your recognition enhances their ability to intervene on your behalf. The more conscious you become of the spiritual support surrounding you, the more effectively that support can manifest in your daily experience. These witnesses aren't distant or disinterested. They're intimately invested in your success because your destiny is connected to eternal purposes that transcend your individual life. The wedding covenant represents the unbreakable agreement being established between you and the divine billionaire. This covenant isn't dependent on your perfect performance. It isn't contingent on your flawless understanding. It isn't vulnerable to your moments of doubt or seasons of struggle. This covenant is established by the billionaire's faithfulness, maintained by the billionaire's power, and fulfilled by the billionaire's commitment. Your role is acceptance and cooperation, not perfection and achievement. The pressure isn't on you to make it happen. The responsibility isn't on you to figure it all out. The covenant is upheld by divine power, not human effort. The wedding announcement represents how this divine union will be made known to the world around you, not through your words alone, though your testimony will certainly be part of it, but primarily through the undeniable evidence of transformation in your life. People will notice the difference before you explain it. They'll see the change before you describe it. They'll witness the blessing before you testify to it. The announcement will be made through unexpected open doors, through supernatural provision, through divine connections, through accelerated advancement, through unusual favor. These will speak louder than any words you could utter. The wedding procession represents the journey you're on right now, moving steadily toward the full manifestation of what I'm describing. Every day brings you closer. Every challenge overcome advances you further. Every act of faith accelerates your progress. You're not standing still, even when it feels like nothing is changing. You're not going backward, even when circumstances seem to suggest regression. The procession continues, divinely choreographed, heavenly protected, angelically assisted. Your part is to keep moving forward in faith, one step at a time, trusting the path that's being illuminated before you. Type: I'm moving forward to affirm your commitment to this divine procession, because your declaration aligns you with the momentum of heaven. Your statement positions you in the flow of divine timing. Your words synchronize your spirit with the rhythm of celestial purpose. The procession doesn't halt for doubt. It doesn't pause for fear. It doesn't detour for distraction. It continues with divine precision toward the appointed moment of complete manifestation. and you are carried forward by forces stronger than your own determination. The wedding administrator represents the Holy Spirit who is orchestrating every detail of this divine union. Nothing is overlooked, nothing is forgotten, nothing is mismanaged. The timing is precise, the arrangements are perfect, the execution is flawless. This divine administrator has been working behind the scenes of your life, coordinating circumstances, aligning opportunities, removing obstacles, preparing hearts, softening resistance, creating pathways. What seems like random chance to the natural eye is actually careful coordination in the spiritual realm. What appears as lucky coincidence is actually meticulous administration of divine purpose. The wedding budget represents the unlimited resources being invested in your destiny. There is no scarcity in this planning. There is no cutting corners or compromising quality. There is no settling for less than the absolute best. The billionaire's resources are infinite, and he is sparing no expense in preparing this union with you. Every need has been anticipated. Every requirement has been met. Every provision has been arranged. The budget extends beyond material resources to include wisdom, favor, creativity, influence, authority, and power. All of these are being lavishly poured into the preparation of your divine destiny. The wedding invitation list represents the divine connections being arranged for your next season. Some invitations have already been sent. Some are being prepared now. Some will be dispatched at precisely the right moment in the future. These aren't random connections or accidental encounters. These are divinely orchestrated relationships that will play specific roles in your unfolding destiny. Some will be mentors who elevate your thinking. Others will be partners who complement your gifts. Still others will be doors to opportunities you couldn't access on your own. The guest list has been carefully curated by divine wisdom to surround you with exactly who you need for where you're going. Type, I welcome divine connections to open your spirit to these arranged relationships, because your receptivity determines how quickly and smoothly these connections can form. Your openness creates the atmosphere where divine introductions can flourish. These aren't ordinary relationships. They're supernatural alignments that transcend normal networking or social dynamics. They're established in the spiritual realm before manifesting in the physical realm. They carry purpose that extends beyond mutual benefit to kingdom impact. They create synergy that produces exponential rather than additive results. The wedding venue decorations represent the beauty being created in and through your life. After seasons that may have felt barren or desolate, you're entering a time of stunning beauty and unexpected delight. The divine billionaire is adorning your existence with elements that reflect his splendor and creativity. This beauty will manifest in your surroundings, in your relationships, in your work, and in your inner being. What was once chaotic is being arranged with divine order. What was once painful is being transformed into something meaningful. What was once broken is being restored with an artistry that surpasses its original state. The wedding schedule represents the divine timing governing your life. Some things are happening quickly now because their appointed time has come. Other things are developing more slowly because their perfect moment lies further ahead. This schedule isn't arbitrary or random. It's precisely calibrated to impact and minimize resistance. It's perfectly designed to ensure that every element is in place when needed. Every person is prepared when required. Every circumstance is aligned when necessary. You're not behind. You're not late. You're moving at exactly the right pace for your unique destiny. The wedding transportation represents the divine assistance carrying you toward your destiny. You're not making this journey alone or through your own power. Heavenly forces are transporting you from where you've been to where you're meant to be. Sometimes this feels like being lifted above circumstances that once held you down. Other times it feels like being carried through challenges that would otherwise overwhelm you. Still other times it feels like being gently guided along paths you wouldn't have found on your own. The transportation is customized to your needs, sometimes swift and dramatic, other times steady and gradual, always perfectly suited to your journey. Type, I accept divine assistance to acknowledge and receive this heavenly help, because your recognition allows you to cooperate more fully with the process. Your awareness enables you to flow with rather than resist the movement. This isn't about passivity. This isn't about abdicating your role. This is about partnering with divine power rather than striving in human strength alone. This is about allowing yourself to be carried when the path becomes too steep or the burden too heavy. This is about accepting that your journey is supported by forces far greater than your own limited resources. The wedding photographer represents the divine perspective, capturing every significant moment of your journey. Nothing is missed. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is overlooked. Every tear has been recorded. Every prayer has been preserved. Every act of faith has been documented. This heavenly perspective sees beauty where you perceive failure. It recognizes progress where you feel stagnation. It captures growth where you experience pain. The divine photographer doesn't just record what is, but sees what will be. The images being collected tell the story, not just of who you've been, but of who you're becoming through this divine union. The wedding planner represents the master architect, designing every aspect of this divine union with wisdom that spans eternity and knowledge that encompasses all possibilities. This planner has crafted a destiny uniquely suited to your design. The plan accounts for your strengths and weaknesses. It incorporates your past experiences and future potential. It considers your specific gifts and particular challenges. Nothing is generic. Nothing is standardized. Nothing is mass-produced. Your destiny is as unique as your fingerprint, custom created for the specific impact only you can make in this world. The wedding veil represents the mysteries still being kept from your full understanding. Not because you're untrustworthy, but because premature knowledge could hinder rather than help your development. Some aspects of your destiny remain partially hidden, revealed only as you're ready to receive them. This isn't about permanent concealment, but about perfect timing. The veil is being lifted progressively as you demonstrate readiness for greater revelation. What seems confusing now will make perfect sense when viewed from further along the journey. What appears contradictory today will reveal its hidden harmony tomorrow. Type, I trust the process if you're making peace with this progressive revelation, because your trust allows you to move forward without needing to see the entire path. Your confidence enables you to take the next step without demanding to know every future turn. The divine billionaire reveals what you need when you need it, not to frustrate you, but to protect you from being overwhelmed or distracted. The veil ensures you remain focused on today's assignment rather than becoming fixated on tomorrow's possibilities or paralyzed by their magnitude. The wedding ring bearer represents the timely delivery of your divine authority and assignment. What belongs to you cannot be given to another. What has been reserved for you cannot be redirected elsewhere. The bearer moves with perfect timing, neither rushed by human impatience nor delayed by earthly obstacles. The authority represented by this ring isn't something you must strive for or compete to attain. It's your inheritance, secured by divine right, delivered at the appointed time. This authority will manifest as unusual influence, supernatural effectiveness, and extraordinary impact in your areas of assignment. The wedding flowers represent the beauty blooming from previously barren places in your life. What seemed dead is springing to life. What appeared finished is revealing new beginnings. What felt conclusively ended is displaying unexpected continuation. These flowers symbolize hope restored, dreams revived, and possibilities renewed. They're not fragile or temporary blooms, but enduring manifestations of the life-giving power of this divine union. They transform the atmosphere around you from heaviness to lightness, from mourning to celebration, from resignation to expectation. The wedding cake represents the layered blessings being prepared for your enjoyment and nourishment. Each layer contains different flavors of divine provision. Some you've tasted before, others entirely new to your experience. Some layers hold blessings you've specifically requested. Others contain surprises you never thought to ask for, but perfectly meet needs you didn't realize you had. The cake is substantial, not merely decorative. It provides real nourishment for the journey ahead. It offers genuine satisfaction for legitimate hunger. It delivers true fulfillment for authentic desires planted within you by the divine billionaire himself. Type "I'm hungry for more" if you feel your appetite awakening for these divine provisions. Because your hunger attracts fulfillment, your desire draws manifestation. The billionaire delights in feeding those who recognize their need for what only he can provide. He takes pleasure in satisfying those who understand that earthly substitutes can never replace divine sustenance. The cake has been prepared with you specifically in mind, your tastes, your needs, your unique requirements. Nothing about it is generic or mass-produced. Everything about it is customized to your particular journey. The wedding toast represents the declarations of blessing being spoken over your life. Words that carry creative power. Pronouncements that shape reality. Statements that alter circumstances. These aren't empty phrases or meaningless platitudes. These are authoritative declarations from the throne room of heaven, charged with the power to manifest what they describe. They're being spoken by the divine billionaire himself, echoed by heavenly beings, and gradually picked up by discerning individuals in your earthly circles. These toasts celebrate not just who you've been, but who you're becoming. They honor not just what you've done, but what you're destined to accomplish. The wedding party represents the specific individuals being aligned with your destiny for this season. Some have been with you for years, their connection to your purpose now deepening and clarifying. Others are new arrivals, divinely positioned to support particular aspects of your unfolding assignment. Still others haven't yet appeared but are being prepared to join you at precisely the right moment. This isn't about random associations or convenient alliances. This is about divinely orchestrated partnerships with supernatural synergy. Together, you'll accomplish what none could achieve alone. Together, you'll manifest aspects of kingdom purpose that require collaborative anointing. The wedding dress or suit represents the new identity being placed upon you. Garments in the spiritual realm symbolize character, authority, and assignment. The old garments of shame, fear, lack, and limitation are being removed. New garments of confidence, power, abundance, and purpose are being placed on you. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. This is about becoming who you truly are, the authentic version of yourself that exists in the divine billionaire's perspective. These garments don't disguise reality, they reveal it. They don't create a false impression. They manifest your true nature as the beloved bride. Type, I embrace my true identity to align with this divine transformation, because your agreement accelerates the process. Your acceptance enables the full manifestation. These garments aren't earned through performance or achieved through effort. They're received through recognition and acknowledgement of what the divine billionaire has already declared over you. They represent a status already established in the heavenly realm, now breaking through into your earthly experience. They carry an authority already granted in the spiritual dimension, now becoming evident in your natural circumstances. The wedding dance floor represents the space of freedom and expression being created in your life. After seasons of confinement and constraint, you're entering a time of unprecedented liberty to move as you're divinely designed to move. The restrictive boundaries of others' expectations are being removed. The limiting perimeters of your own fears are being expanded. The confining borders of religious tradition are being exceeded. This dance floor is spacious enough for the full expression of your authentic self in partnership with divine purpose. Here, you move not by rigid formulas, but by the fluid leading of the Spirit. The wedding dinner represents the feast of wisdom and revelation being prepared for your consumption. After periods of spiritual hunger or malnourishment, you're entering a season of abundance and satisfaction. Insights that were previously inaccessible are becoming available to you. Understanding that was formerly beyond your grasp is coming within your reach. Revelation that was once reserved for others is now being served at your table. This isn't about intellectual accumulation, but practical illumination. This is wisdom for application, not merely information for acquisition. This is nourishment that transforms you from the inside out. The wedding carriage represents the divine, covering and protection surrounding your journey. As you travel from where you've been to where you're destined to be, you move within a sphere of heavenly protection. This doesn't mean an absence of challenges or a guarantee against all difficulties, but it does mean that nothing can touch. You accept what has been divinely permitted for your ultimate benefit and growth. The carriage shields you from attacks intended to destroy you. It defends you from assaults designed to derail you. It preserves you through circumstances meant to defeat you. Within this covering, you travel not in fearful vulnerability, but in confident security. Type, I receive divine protection to acknowledge and strengthen this heavenly covering. because your recognition enhances its effectiveness in your experience. Your awareness increases your cooperation with its purpose. This protection isn't meant to isolate you from reality or insulate you from necessary growth experiences. It's designed to ensure that what you encounter serves rather than sabotages your destiny. It's established to guarantee that challenges refine rather than destroy you. It's created to confirm that obstacles develop rather than defeat you. The wedding coordinator represents the divine synchronization operating in your life. Events that seem random to the natural eye are being precisely coordinated in the spiritual realm. Encounters that appear coincidental are actually carefully arranged. Timing that feels accidental is meticulously managed. This coordinator ensures that you're in the right place at the right time to connect with the right people for the right purpose. Nothing significant in your journey happens through mere chance or luck. Everything meaningful occurs through divine orchestration, even when you can't immediately discern the pattern or purpose behind it. The wedding rehearsal represents the preparation you've been experiencing leading up to this moment. Those challenges weren't pointless suffering, they were essential training. Those delays weren't wasted time, they were crucial development. Those disappointments weren't meaningless setbacks, they were necessary redirections. Every experience has been rehearsing you for the destiny now unfolding. Nothing has been wasted, nothing has been purposeless, nothing has been without value. The divine billionaire is too wise to allow meaningless suffering and too loving to permit pointless pain. The rehearsal has prepared you perfectly for what's now being revealed. The wedding license represents the divine authorization now being activated in your life. What was previously closed to you is becoming accessible. What was formerly prohibited is becoming permissible. What was once restricted is becoming available. This license doesn't grant permission for self-centered indulgence or destruction. It approves advancement in harmony with heavenly design. This authorization can't be revoked by human opinion, canceled by earthly authority, or nullified by temporary circumstances. What heaven has licensed, earth cannot prohibit. Type: I accept my authorization to fully activate what's being granted to you, because your acknowledgement completes the transaction. Your reception finalizes the transfer. This license isn't earned through religious performance or moral perfection. It's granted through divine pleasure and heavenly purpose. The billionaire has determined that this is your moment. This is your season. This is your time to receive authorization for advancement. The approval has already been issued in the courts of heaven. Resistance unexpectedly dissolves, and progress surprisingly accelerates. The wedding gifts represent the new abilities, opportunities, resources, and connections being presented to you in this season. Some gifts arrive in familiar packaging, easily recognized and immediately utilized. Others come in unexpected forms, requiring discernment to recognize and wisdom to implement. All are perfectly suited to your next level of assignment and advancement. These aren't random blessings, but strategic provisions, each serving a specific purpose in your divine destiny. They aren't just for your enjoyment, though joy certainly accompanies them. They're for your effectiveness in fulfilling what you've been created and called to accomplish. The wedding night represents the intimate knowledge and experience of divine presence now becoming available to you. After seasons of perceived distance or silence, You're entering a time of unprecedented closeness and communication. The veil between the seen and unseen realms is becoming thinner in your experience. Your spiritual senses are being awakened and sharpened. Your capacity to perceive and receive from the spiritual dimension is expanding. This intimate connection isn't a temporary emotional experience, but an established state of being. It becomes the foundation from which you operate, the atmosphere in which you function, the reality from which you live. The wedding legacy represents the multi-generational impact of what's being established in your life. This isn't just about your personal blessing or individual advancement. This is about a divine purpose that extends beyond your lifetime, influencing future generations and affecting realms you can't yet see. What's being planted in you now will produce harvest long after you're gone. What's being established through you today will create foundations for those who come after you. What's being revealed in your journey will illuminate paths for countless others. Your wedding with divine purpose creates ripples that extend far beyond your immediate circumstances. Type, "I embrace my legacy," to align with this extended perspective, because your recognition of the bigger picture changes how you navigate present challenges. Your awareness of the broader purpose transforms how you interpret current circumstances. The billionaire isn't just interested in your temporary comfort or momentary success. He's invested in eternal impact and enduring transformation through your yielded life. When you embrace this legacy perspective, priorities shift. What seemed urgently important often diminishes in significance. What appeared negligible frequently reveals its true value. You begin to live and choose from the vantage point of eternity, beloved soul. This expensive wedding being planned for you isn't a fantasy or a metaphor. It's a spiritual reality, breaking through into your physical experience. It's a divine transaction, transforming your earthly journey. The billionaire I speak of, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Creator of all that exists, has chosen you specifically, has selected you intentionally, has pursued you relentlessly, and now the union He's been orchestrating throughout your entire life is reaching its moment of full manifestation. Type, "It is done" in the comments to seal your agreement with everything I've shared, because your declaration matters. Your words have creative power. Your agreement with divine purpose accelerates manifestation. This isn't just a passive reception of information. This is conscious cooperation with heavenly agenda. This is deliberate alignment with eternal purpose. And as you declare, it is done, angels take notice. Spiritual forces respond. Divine resources are released. The expensive wedding proceeds from preparation to celebration, from planning to reality, from promise to fulfillment. Remember, you found this message by divine appointment, not random chance. The timing is perfect. The season is right. The moment is now. Step fully into agreement with what heaven has declared over your life. Embrace completely what the divine billionaire has prepared for you. Receive without reservation what eternal love has arranged for your blessing. The wedding day has arrived. The celebration has begun, and nothing will ever be the same again. Go forward in the confidence of being chosen, the assurance of being loved, and the certainty of being destined for greatness beyond anything you've dared to imagine. The billionaire awaits your final yes. Give it with your whole heart, and watch as heaven and earth rearrange to honor the covenant being sealed in this divine moment. Thank you for watching.